Loktar Ogar for the horde.
God, so nerdy.
This tutorial is going to be how to get this glowing, natural look. Hey guys, this tutorial today is going to be all about World of Warcraft. This is part of the continued series of World of Warcraft that I got going on, and I'm doing some races from that game. If you play, you will know. If not, you should probably look that shit up. It's pretty freaking fun. So this is going to be an orc, which is on the horde side, which is my fucking favorite to play. I love horde with all of my heart. So this is my orc. I went with kind of like a messy, kind of cute, but not really orc lady. So my hair's really fucked up and messy, which actually worked out very well because my hair is usually really messy most of the time anyways. So all I really had to do was throw in some braids and I was pretty much good to go. So if you're like me and you don't like washing your hair, then this is for you. As always, I'm going to have all my links to products and everything down below. You know, I've got some codes if you want to save some money on some of the products I'm using, whatever. But I will have everything listed below of what I used, so check that out. And yeah, if there's any other characters you want to see from World of Warcraft, let me know. Let's do it. Let's go.
Alright, when starting your orc, you definitely want to have kind of an angry, frowny face, so we're just going to use some white eyeliner from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics to carve out our eyes and where our teeth are going to go. I'm going to be mixing a few paints because orcs do come in a few colors, but mainly it's green. I'm using Dijon and light green from Mehron makeup. These are water activated and dry, completely matte. I am using a sponge and a stippling motion because I feel that's the best way that I've found to get a nice even layer. Using a Sigma large concealer brush, I'm just going to get right up close to those lines with the paint because obviously the sponge is quite large and hard to get into those little areas. That's what she said.
Titties.
Titties. Damn titties.
The titties.
Oh, Alex, you and your titties. And I don't know, I thought why not complete the look by adding a little bit of paint to the part of my hair. Using the OCC Makeup Cream Concentrate in Vice, this is white obviously, I'm just going to start using that to highlight my face. It's a cream paint, and as I may have said in other videos, I love using cream paints over water activated paints because they blend so beautifully over each other. Like butter, baby. Okay, them orcs gotta have their contour game on point too. So I'm gonna go in entirely with the Morphe Contour Flat Brush and the Morphe 35N palette. You guys may have heard me talk about this palette before, and I'm choosing to use it again in this video just because it has every shade that I could possibly need. Because I definitely do want my orc to have a lot of dimension to her, and a lot of dimension to her cheekbones, you know, just like any other character. And so this palette has every single matte, brown, or black I could possibly want. Even though our orc is kind of more on the pretty side, we still want her to look intense, so definitely try to add as much dimension as possible using those matte brown shades to really enhance yo orc's features. They generally look kind of angry, so I'm going to go ahead and do that kind of angry face again and add a little bit of brown shadow to those little divots above my eyebrows. We definitely want our orc lady to have sunken in eyes, so I'm using in E37 brush from Sigma to blend the brown shade from my Makeup Forever Flash palette all over my eye. You don't need to do this step, but I like to do it just as a base for my eyeshadow. Continuing with one of the dark brown shades from the Morphe palette, I'm just going to go around my eyebrow to make my orc look extra angry. Naturally, right under the eyebrow towards the inner corner of the eye would have the most shadow cast on it, so I'm just going to go in with black and brown mixed together to enhance it. I'm just going to be darkening up the eye as much as possible to make it look very sunken in, going in through the crease and staying towards the inner corner of the eye. For a little added effect, let's go ahead and play with our eyebrows. Push your forehead up, and you will naturally find some little wrinkle type dealios. I'm just going to use some dark brown shadow to make those stand out a little bit more. Also doing so with a small angled brush. All in all, orcs really aren't that pretty, so I'm going in with kind of a pink fleshy toned eyeshadow for under the eye, and I'm going to enhance that small crease with a dark red shadow to bring that out even more. As you can tell, I'm pretty much using that E37 brush from Sigma for most of this face. I love it, it's so amazing, and it blends pretty much everything. So I'm just going to continue to contour the nose and around where those little laugh lines would be, but I'm going to pretend that she wasn't laughing, it was from her being angry and frowning. That's why she has so much contour there. Keep in mind that anywhere there is going to be shadow, go ahead and throw some brown eyeshadow on that and blend it out, just to give your character as much dimension as possible. Using a Morphe angled brush and the black eyeshadow from that palette, I'm just going ahead and adding a little bit of a crease where the lip would be. With some cream paint, I decided to draw a little half circle behind the tooth just to show an indentation where the mouth actually ends. Using a small angled brush from Sigma, I am going to be filling in the teeth using the MAC acrylic white paint because that ish is super white. Continuing with that same brush, we do want dimension to the teeth as pretty much everything else, so go ahead and put some light brown shadow behind the teeth and in between them as well.
Oh my gosh, I'm just tired. Okay.
I did add a little bit of Sugarpill's Buttercupcake shadow to the teeth off camera, just because I do not believe that orcs' teeth would be bright, sparkling white. Then, using a small liner brush from Sigma, I'm going to be using some brown eyeshadow from that palette, just to make these teeth look a little curved. In order to make something look curved, you are going to want to put shadow on both sides and then have the highest point of light in the middle. So, for instance, in the middle of my teeth, they are still white, and then I have the brown shadow on both sides blending in ever so slightly. I do want the teeth to look weathered, and when big fangs like that look very weathered and worn down, they have lines through them, they have little tiny holes, little indentions, so we're just going to be using that small brush to continually add small lines with brown cream paint towards the bottom and the top of the tooth. As I go on, I'm deciding that I do want more shadow around the teeth, so I'm just darkening that up with a darker brown eyeshadow. I wanted the holes in the teeth to be really noticeable, so I went for some black cream paint to add those, and then back in with the white MAC acrylic paint just to add a few more little highlights here and there. For the lips, I used a mix of cream paints. These are from the Makeup Forever Flash palette. I'm using red and brown mixed together. You could totally go for any other lipstick really that would achieve this kind of color. I know orcs usually have green lips, a lot of them don't have painted on red lips, but hey, I wanted to give her a little bit more of a flair. I also used some brown and black cream paint to add some lines and a little bit of darkness to the outsides of the lips. Using the darkest brown shade from the Morphe palette, I am just going to add a little bit more of that V shape in the crease for a deeper eyeshadow look. I also am pretty sure that orcs do not wear eyeliner, but I don't care. I wanted to add a little wing of eyeliner, so I'm using the Inglot 77 to give her a little bit of liner. Orcs usually have quite a few little piercings going on, so I knew that I definitely wanted to give her some kind of a septum ring. I personally do not have any septum rings, so I went and found a dangly earring that looked kind of cool and tore that apart, put some eyelash glue on it, and then stuck it to my nose. For the brows, I'm just using an angled brush and the black cream paint from the Makeup Forever Flash palette. The orcs don't have too intensive eyebrows. They usually are very dark and thin, so I just kind of went with that. I'm just going to go off for a full fucking smoky eye, so I'm going to add some more eyeshadow all around this amazing liner. Why not? Then you're going to go ahead and pop on some lashes for effect, and you are all done. Thank you guys, as always, for watching. I love World of Warcraft, so this look was so much fun to do. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had some fun, and please do subscribe and check out my other video game tutorials as well. Till next time.